Hey everybody, welcome to an all new video with Matt. Today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome pillory. This is a Halloween prop, guys. You can use it for your plastic skeletons, or you yourself could get into it to scare people. So stick around, I'm going to show you how. Alright guys, to get started on this project, you will need 2x4 lumber, 2x6 lumber. You'll need a tape measure, a pen or pencil, speed square, a circle saw, and a miter saw, or you can just use a circle saw. You'll need wood clamps, 4-inch and 5-inch hole saw bits for your drill. We'll need a 2 3/4-inch nails. You'll need a hammer. You'll need two 2-inch screws with an impact driver. You'll need a drill, 3/8 drill bit, 3/8 threaded rod, 2 3/8 nuts, and 2 3/8 washers. Alright, and here's our quick cut sheet. On your 2x6 boards, you'll need 4 cut at 3 feet, 4 at 4 feet, 1 at 42 inches, 2 at 12 inches, you'll need 2 at 22 inches, and you'll need 4 at 12 inches that are cut at 45 bevels, opposite sides, guys. And I will show you that in the video. And you'll need 2 2x4s cut at 42 inches. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started with building our bottom pieces right here, guys. You're going to take 2 of your 3-foot boards, right? You got 4, take 2 of them, and then you want to take your 2 12-inch boards that we got, right? And we're going to go ahead and make some marks to just make it very easy and simple. From one end of your board, you're going to pull your tape and you're going to mark the halfway mark right here and pop a line. That's 18 inches, guys, right there. See, I did that on that side also. So what you want to do now is that you've got your center mark right here going across. You're going to want to flip your board on its sides just like this right here, and you're going to pull your tape down, right, just like that. Pull your tape down to 18 and throw you a little mark at the top of one side right there. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to flip it over, and at 18 inches you're going to put a little mark right there, guys. That is going to help you line up your boards. Next, you want to take your 2 12-inch boards, and on your sides right here on one end you want to put your mark at 3/4 right there. Same thing on that side, guys. That is going to help do all this without the need for like levels and doing all kinds of crazy math. So now that you got your middle line popped right here and you got your lines up top like right there, go ahead and flip it down. Pop you another center line across at 18 inches. So now you got 2 center lines and 2 lineup marks. You want to go ahead and take your 12-inch board, put it down, line up those marks right there, guys. You want to get those both lined up nice and snug, and then go ahead and get you some nails in it. And it helps sometimes, guys, to do it like this, especially when you're using nails. Go ahead, lay it down, get it lined up with your marks right there, guys, and go ahead and shoot you about 2 nails on your center line right there, guys. So go ahead and get that nailed into place now. Alright guys, so now what we need to do is take our 2 boards, line them up. We're going to get the clamps on there just like that. Just line up your lines with your board there, and going that way, guys, get them lined up nice and perfect. And go ahead and throw you a little squeeze clamp on there and drive you some nails right there into your center line just like that. And then that is what you should have after that, guys. So now let's go on to the next step. Alright guys, now that you've got both of those built right there, now it is time to take our 4-foot boards. These will be before we put on our final 3-foot. So go ahead and grab yourself one of your 4-foot boards. And what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to line that up just like that. Get that nice and clamped down nice and tight, right? And then you can go ahead and throw you a few nails in right here. And then you can flip it over. Whenever you get your other side put on, of course, go ahead and get your other side 4-foot piece put on right there. Then you can flip it over and give it some nails right on the top right there, guys. So go ahead and get that done now. Like I said, it'd be easier to go ahead and line this up. Use your wood clamps, throw in a couple of screws or nails, whichever one you're using. Then go ahead and get your other 4-foot put on the other side, standing straight up. Get that nailed on in place, and then you can flip it over and put some screws or nails into the top. Alright guys, so once you clamp down and get your 1 4-footer on this side right here nailed this way, go ahead and stick your other 4-footer on this side right here and go ahead and clamp it and nail that into place next. Alright guys, once you've got your 3 boards all nailed together right there, what you want to do is leave your clamp on and just flip that upside down. You'll use the bottom of your 2 4-foots to stand it upright, and then go ahead and drive you some nails in through the top of this board and this board, guys. Go ahead and get that done, and that should be pretty solid after you do that. And then go ahead and do your second one. Alright guys, so once you've got that all put together, now what you can do is take your last 2 3-foot boards that we got, guys, and you want to double up on the base right there. That's just going to give it some counterweight to make it nice and stable. So go ahead and get those lined up nice and flush with each other. Clamp it down and go ahead and nail these. I like to put 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 there, guys. So just go ahead and get your bottoms put on. Make sure they are doubled up just like that. So go ahead and get that nailed on and do that to your other one also. Alright guys, now that you've got your frames on your side pieces built right there, you want to go ahead and take your 2x6, that is the 42-inch length right there, guys, and you want to go ahead and put them inside each corner, spread them out, right, and then get them lined up on both ends. Like this one isn't lined up right here, so go ahead and just stick it on in there right there and hammer it in. Nice and lined up on both sides, guys, and then go ahead and nail or screw that board into place now. Alright guys, so next thing that we're going to do after we get our little middle brace nailed up right here is now we are going to take our 2 22-inch 2x6 boards that we cut out, right, and we're going to stick those right there inside that slide. Get those into place. Get them nice and leveled up, guys, just like that right there, and then go ahead and get your clamps down on that, and now you can go ahead and nail your 2 22-inch pieces in on both sides. Alright guys, so now you've got your middle brace intact, you got all your braces in the middle going on and all this, so now it's time to make this even sturdier so it doesn't want to rock back and forth. That is where our 12-inch pieces that are cut at 45 degrees at right here come into play, guys. As you can see, what we did is we cut out a 45-degree bevel just like that right there. Then we measure from the top bevel, the low point right here, we measure and mark it at 12 inches, and then we do an opposite bevel just like that. So that's what you should have at 12 inches. And what you need to do, guys, is simply just come over here, lay your board down till it lines up nice and even on both sides, just like that right there. All right, let me go ahead and get that down for you, nice and even. Go ahead and nail that into place, and then go ahead and do it for all 4 of your corner pieces, guys. Alright guys, now we've got all 4 of our braces put around, so that'll help it from being any wobbles on you. So let's go ahead and move up to the top. Alright guys, now you've got your 2 22-inch pieces right there on the insides nailed into place. Now it's time to take one of our 2x4s that we've got, right? And we want to get that inside right there and drop it all the way down till it touches the inside parts right here. And you want to level it up right here on your 2 22-inch boards. So might be a little tight in the way it goes, so you can just use your little hammer, guys, and that in there. Just go ahead and get that into place, get it lined up nice and good, and then go ahead and nail or screw that one into place. Alright guys, so after you get that one right there nailed tight into place on both sides, nice and firm guys, then you want to take your last 2x4 board that you got guys, you want to do the same thing. You want to stack that on top of that one. Alright, you got to get that in there, beat it down in there with the hammer and all that, but do not nail it into place guys. You want to get that in there. You want to get it nice and lined up, and then on this one right here, you just want to take like 2 screws. You want to screw it in on here and screw it into place right here, nice and tight to this, right? And that what we're going to do is it's going to screw it into place. Then we'll be able to measure out our marks for our little arm holes and our head holes, right? So go ahead, get that put into place. Nice and leveled up all around guys, and like I said, just shoot some screws into this right here to lock it into place, right? Then we will go and measure our different points for when we drill a hole, and that way it's nice and tight, and we can just drill it straight up right here using the middle lines as our centerpiece on our hole saw bit. So go ahead, get that screwed into place now. Alright guys, so for the measurement right here, you want to pull from one end of the top of your board right here, and you want to mark the center of your board, which is going to be 21 inches right there guys. So go ahead and mark that at 21 inches for the middle. Then on the inside from right here, you'll come and mark it at 10 inches here, and then you'll pull your tape from this side and mark that at 10 inches there. That is going to be our layout for our arms here and for the head right here guys. So once you've made your marks at the top like this, just take your speed square, line that up with your marks just like so, and go ahead and draw that line down like that with your speed square, and that is going to give you your center mark right here. That is where we will be putting our pilot bit in, especially for the arm area right here guys. So let's go ahead and mark this one too. There's that one for the arms. And there's this one for that side right there guys. So now that we've got those marked, we can go ahead and drill out our holes. Alright guys, so for this next part, drilling our holes, I'm going to be using hole saw bits right here that's got a pilot guide right there just like that. You can use the bulldog kind and all that, but I like these circle bits for doing holes like that. So this right here is going to be for both the arms, left and far right there guys. That right there is going to be a 4-inch bit, and then for the middle, for the neck part right there, I'm going to be using a 5-inch bit. So let's go ahead and get these holes drilled out real quick. Alright, we got our 2 4-inch holes drilled right there. Now we're going to go ahead and drill our middle hole right there with our 5-inch hole saw bit, guys. So go ahead, get that drilled out now. A little hint, if it's giving you trouble trying to push through, just get it until you get your pilot part of your bit all the way through the other side of the board sticking out like that. And then you can just go from the back to the other side and finish drilling it on through, guys. So go ahead and get that hole drilled now. Alright guys, so now we need to drill a 3/8 hole. You can pick either side, doesn't matter. This is going to be going straight through your 2x6, through your top 2x4, and all the way out the other side, right? Because what we're going to use is a piece of threaded rod with nuts and washers, and that is going to allow it to swing up and down, guys. So go ahead, get it marked kind of in the center right there, and just go ahead and drill it all the way through out the other side real quick, kind of like this. Alright guys, so now we're going to take our 6-inch piece of threaded rod right here, guys. What you want to do is go ahead, throw your nut on one side just like that right there. Go ahead and throw a washer just like that right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shove this through that hole out the other side, and we're going to get it nice and tightened down using our other nut and washer just like this. Get that in there. Make sure it's fed out through the other side. You might have to adjust it to get some more threads on there. Throw your washer on. Throw your nut on. And you don't go too tight, because then it'll make it too tight. You know what I mean? Just kind of hand tighten your nuts down right there, guys. So now that part is done. Alright guys, so if you remember back when we first started doing this, we put those 2 screws into place at the very top right there to keep the 2x4 in place while we were drilling our holes. So now that we've got our nut and bolt and threaded rod in there, we can go ahead and take out those 2 screws we put in place. Alright guys, so now that you've gotten all of your holes drilled, you've got your hole drilled here for your 3/8 bolt and right there, guys, go ahead and take that out now. Go ahead and take the top piece off. And what you're going to see here is your hole that you made for your 3/8 bit to go through right there, guys. So what we need to do now is to give it some room right here so that it can open and close without butting up against the end down here. So what we're going to do, guys, is right under our mark right there, right? We'll make sure we don't go past our 2x6s right here, but we're going to make a mark from this corner and come slightly down just like that, and we're going to cut that corner off, guys. That is going to give this the room to be able to open and close without butting up against the other 2x4. So go ahead, get your line mark from here right slightly under. You want to leave a little bit of meat, I'd say at least a 1/4 inch space between your line and your hole for your 3/8 mark. So go ahead, get that mark, get that little edge cut off right there, and then go ahead and put it back into place. And another little tip is, if everything's gotten so tight that it don't want to operate good, go back, stick it into place just like that, and mark at the top where it's touching and biting it really tough like that. And you can just take a sawzall or anything for that matter and just go ahead and kind of knock that off the way. That way this thing can just freely swing open and close without any struggle. So go ahead, get your little piece notched off, then you can go ahead and put it back inside and get your threaded rod and washers and nuts. Go ahead and screw those back down. Alright guys, once you've put your top board back together and you made any adjustments that you need due to tightness issues and stuff like that, now you can go ahead and put your prop skeleton in there, or you can put yourself in there. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and show you. See, with that notch, it allows it to be able to flip up and down freely just like that. I don't know if my head will fit in here. Look at that big old head. But yeah, let's see. Yep, there we go. So now it's just like back in the old days when they used to throw the tomatoes at people, guys. But I'm just building this strictly as a Halloween prop, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to hit that like button down below, and I will see you as soon as I get out of here next time. Have a wonderful week ahead. Peace.